for Dark Force are at 2-1. Or at least those are the melee ones. Where's our Roach? I need to find a ranged ground unit. There's one Roach left. He's at 0-1. So no ranged upgrades, but 2 melee. And this SCV going to go in there, see if he can get any banelings to attack. Another Nidus Worm popping up. Where's this one going to be? Stim Marines Marauders going in here. Looks like they're going to snipe the hatchery again. Dark Force not going to be able to respond in time. This Ultra's going in now. There's a lot of Marauders, and they have good positioning on these Ultras. It does look like the Banelings come in here now getting distracted on the Marauders, though. I do think these Ultras will go down to enough Marauder Stim Micro. Yeah, a bunch of Ultras going down to those Marauders. Marauders are super effective against Ultralists. Looks like Tarson going to push forward, maybe try to secure this expansion, put some bunkers up, something like that, not let the Zerg player regain map control. All the Ultras going down this Marauder ball. That's probably why I was pumping so many Mutalisks and Zerglings. So he does have 5 more Ultras coming out, because Muta-Zerg will be very effective against Marauder. Would definitely like to see Dark Force transition into air right now, because none of this stuff can shoot up. Here's one Mutalisk out, slowly going to win away at this Dire Force, unless if this one Marine comes in and kills it. So we really need a lot more air coming out for Dark Force, as this force cannot attack air. So here comes another Mutalisk. This Marine's still not doing anything. This force is going to do huge damage to Zerg before these air units finally finish them. 6 more Mutalisks coming down now, though. So Dark Force, realizing he needs to get some air, would like to see him get a greater spire than Broodlords. Because Broodlords would be effective against everything Tarson has or could make at this point, except for Vikings. Dark Force, though, has so many expansions, so even sniping all these won't save Tarson. I mean, it won't single-handedly. These Mutalisks continuing just to slowly whittle away at tanks. This Marine going to come in. Isn't going to be that good against all the Mutalisks, though. Although the Mutalisks are not attacking the Marine, though, so maybe this Marine will eventually kill it. I don't know. There are a few Mutalisks on the Marine now. But if the Medivacs are healing him, I find kind of funny that this whole fight is being decided by whoever is in control of that one Marine. This expansion also going to go down for Dark Force, though. Tarson completely running and stimming up. However, Dark Force still is going to have his natural, and this really needs to saturate that one to be able to produce off it, because now Tarson is on even terms, although he did Nidus Worm in here and cause this expansion stop mining. This one is starting to mine, though, now. Tarson's Marauder Ball continuing to run along, but all these Mutalisks going to do epic damage, eventually going to snipe the rest of this off, because there's nothing that can shoot up except for these Marines. Oh, that's a lot of Marines. Tarson showing us how it's done macro-wise, keeping barracks on reactors, using his tech levels to produce more. Seriously, would like to see a greater spire. Need greater spire. Wow, Dark Force getting really good at macro, being down below 50 of each resource. Tarson, on the other hand, letting his gas live really high. Terran players tend to do that against Zerg, though, because they don't tend to use their really gas-heavy units like Ghosts, which they use against Protoss. These Mutalisks are going to try to do whatever economic harass they can. There are 2 missile turrets, 3 up at this base. None up at this base, though, so these Mutalisks could potentially shut down Tarson's economy if they come over to this base and destroy it. SCV getting sniped here by all these Zerglings. Ooh, we're going to proceed to be sniped by all these. Transforming into Banelings, I have to feel like that's a misclick. Going to probably go back to Banelings against all these Marines, because Tarson's starting to get Marines against units, which is a very good counter. I would like to see Thors instead, because he already has the capacity to pump out Thors, and he's gas heavy, like I said. Thors do use a lot of gas. We'll finally see Dark Force resecuring this expansion. Cancel that one after this ball push forward. He really needs to rely on this one. Needs to get a lot more gas. Needs to get people in these geysers, because he is only going to be off 1 base now. Very intense macro-oriented game where just a single base can be the difference between winning and losing. Would like to see Broodlords be positioned on high ground up here, but still no Broodlords come down, though. Dark Force resecuring all of his expansions that he can. Realize he needs to get back in this game macro-wise. Tarson sitting at 161 army, while Dark Force is only at 110. So clear army advantage going to Tarson. These Mutalisks going to come in there. Looks like they are going to be able to... I do think the Mutalisks could snipe these missile turrets. They are going to be able to get this Orbital Command. Very good call there. Sniping Orbital Command is always good. Does go down. I think the Mutalisks should just run in here. They are going to run in here, take out this missile turret, going to have complete free reign over this expansion, then they can just swing back around and take this one down too. A lot of SCVs going to go down. Like to see Dark Force stop with the Mutalisk dancing, just kill everything, because there are 15 Mutalisks against 2 missile turrets, but instead, looks like he's going to go for the snipe wall. Tarson deciding to do a base race, realizing he is the force that Dark Force cannot engage in a straight-up fight. He's going to go around, try to secure as many expansions as he can, though. However, I don't think he realizes Dark Force has this one up here. We have Zerg melee attack 3 going down. There's a lot more Banelings coming out, so it looks like Dark Force is going to do a big Baneling force. These Mutalisks going to come in, A lot of them probably getting sniped by stim marines, but these banelings coming in, they are hitting the marauders, which you don't want your banelings to do. You want banelings to go for the marine. Destroyed a lot of the marauders, but most of the marines remain intact, so you just will not be able to take them. More banelings coming in, though, doing a great job there by Dark Force, going to take out the rest of the marines, making me eat my words. Now the Mule's going to have free reign over the map. Huge momentum sway there, though. Tarson now at 88 food, while Dark Force at 92, losing 20 food to 60-something. Wow, great play there from Dark Force. Those last few banelings were absolutely crucial. Dark Force going to go back down here, probably snipe this planetary fortress as the last Mutalisk. 2 Thors coming out now. Where did the Mutalisk go? Here they are. 2 Thors coming out for Tarson, so getting that better counter. 2 Mutalisks than just Marines. This missiles are going to go down. Yes, it will. Trying to find the sweet spot so we can hit this expansion. Looks like he just found it. This planetary fortress probably going to go down. We'd like to see him just keep attacking like here. He's going to slowly kill the SCVs with the bouncing glaive worm. We have more Mutalisks coming out, but these Thors are going to shut down those Mutalisks eventually. And here come the SCVs going to try to escape, but these Mutalisks are just going to get absolutely devastating casualties on the SCVs. Dark Force going to be in a clear macro lead after this. We'd like to see him snipe this Geyser, though, because even though the Terran player has used a lot of his gas recently pumping those Thors, like I said, so gas now is very important. This planetary fortress is burning. It is going to go down. We'd like to see him put better position missile turrets, but it looks like Tarson is going to move out with a pretty diverse mixture of tanks, marauders, marines, and Thors. Very hard for Dark Force to stop because he has just been pumping a lot of Mutalisks since then, as his economy is very low. Finally getting the gas over here. So here comes Tarson's force. Thor's going to come out via the thunder. He's at 1-0 upgrades. Hopefully he'll be able to shred some Mutalisk face with his javelin missiles. A lot of banelings coming out. Banelings very effective against this marine mix, but not effective against the Thors or siege tanks. We'd like to see him also get a lot of zerglings too, because banelings are very cheap. Dark Force continuing to try to secure this base. Not going for this one anymore, realizing it's probably a lost cause. He's only off one base at the moment. Once this comes up, though, he'll be able to move all the drones, which he doesn't have, I guess, on the main ground over there. So Tarson pushing forward with his siege tanks, going to siege them up. These Thors are going to do absolutely devastating damage to these Mutalisks. Dark Force realizing that needs to go do something else. Maybe going to run his banelings into here. Oh no, this third base is mined out for Tarson, so getting very economically poor for both players. Here are the Mutalisks going to get a snipe off siege tanks. Thor's coming back to cover them. So Tarson off no mining bases at this point. Dark Force off one. Very tight macro game. Tarson has the better army to counter Dark Forces. Dark Force is just getting a second base up, but Tarson going to push and take it down. If he doesn't cover these siege tanks, though, the Mutalisk will be able to snipe him. So he needs to play a really picky control game. These Thor's going to get a bunch of shots off on the Mutalisk, which are holding position. No, Mutalisk, get away! Thor's not killing any Mutalisk, actually, though, not getting enough shots. We finally have an orbital command moving over to this base down here. Really need to do that while Tarson did. Here the Stim Marines Marauders go up into this base. Banelings come in from behind, though. Going to take out one Thor. Thor did pretty good to the Mutalisk. These banelings, though, needed to go for the Marines instead. A lot more Zerglings, banelings coming out. Where are all these morphing? And over here. Maybe going to see him run them into a base or something. Would like to see Dark Force go and try to take out the unit-producing structures, though. Even though Tarson isn't building that much because he has the long-distance mine. Well, now he won't because this is done. Tarson running back in here for the snipe. Zerg flyer attacks level 1 also going down. Where is the ball of mutas? They're up here, and there's a lot of banelings coming in. If they can get a really good shot off on these Marines, that might just seal the game in Dark Force's favor. Banelings going to come in now. They're burrowing. Oh, we're going to see a baneling mine. For those of you who don't know what it is, you can have a baneling explode while it's underground. So just burrow a lot of banelings like this, and then explode them while units walk over them. Call it baneling mining. Or at least that's what I call it. And are these forces going to go right over? Oh, where's the detection? Where is the detection?